All right, so we're going to replace the decal on this Medic tabletop. And the first thing that we're going to do is rip off the old decal. So a couple things to keep in mind. It's going to come off easiest when it's warm. So you don't want to have it in a cold barn or garage and try to peel off the decal. If you have a blow dryer or a heat gun, that can help loosen up the adhesive. It's not mandatory that you have that, but it can be helpful. You don't want to overheat the decal either, so just be aware of that. You don't want to get it too hot, but some some heat in the decal will help. So I've already got this started, so I'm just going to work in here, get underneath the decal best I can, and just work up the edge of the decal. Like I said, I've already got it started here, but it takes a little bit of a fingernail to get underneath there and get it started. But once you have it started, you can get some fingers on it, and it's just as simple as just pulling it off. I tend to go fairly slow and steady so that we don't tear the decal, and then you got to start over. So we'll just go through and start pulling it off. And there, it tore it a little bit, but we'll have another piece that we can come back and pull on. So I'll just keep going here. We have the decal off. I'm not sure if you can really tell on camera, but we do have some adhesive, some of the glue that was left behind on the sticker. And you can feel it when you run your hand over it. It's got a little yellowish look, and it's also real sticky in a couple of spots. So it's probably going to be best to use some type of a Goo Gone type material to come in and remove this adhesive before you try to put your new logo on. You just want to remember, once you use that adhesive remover, I like to come back with isopropyl alcohol on a rag and make sure that it's nice and clean after the fact with that as well. And then we'll be ready to put the new decal on. So it's helpful to use the Goo Gone to kind of saturate the glue, and you'll see it eventually will start to come off. Sometimes you can use your nail to kind of start to lift some of the adhesive off, but if you keep after it, it'll eventually soften and start to lift. Basically, the reason we recommend removing the glue is when you put the new decal on, there's a possibility you might be able to see the edges of the residue left by the old decal under the new decal. So we just want to make this surface as smooth as we can. Now I'm going to come back, try to soak up any leftover Goo Gone. So after you've used the Goo Gone, if you look, it almost looks like it has a little bit of a greasy film to the top of the table. Probably can't tell on the screen, but it feels kind of slick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take isopropyl alcohol on a rag, and I'm going to chase that Goo Gone that we just put down with this alcohol and try to get rid of any of that slick residue from the Goo Gone, because we want this thing to be dry and bare. And this alcohol should dry pretty quickly. Just going to make sure I get all of the residue out of the edges here as well. Okay, so we'll take a minute, we'll let that dry, and then we'll come back to the decal.